Hello, friends. My name is Aslam Sheikh, your host for this evening. I'm a founder and CEO of Alif, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is our 85th career talk broadcasted live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every Friday, we aim to discuss the topic that is important for you and for your careers. For the benefits of our new viewers who are joining us first time, let me quickly introduce you who is Alif. Alif is an award winning education company. We have counseled over 23,000 students so far in last 12 years. We've been rated among the top 10 study abroad consultants by Knowledge Review last year. And through us, you have the option of over 300 universities across 14 countries. We specialize in student scholarship and up till now distributed approximately around 23 crore rupees of scholarship to our students to study across these 14 countries. So, with this short introduction, let's move on to our today's topic. And today's topic is very, very interesting. And I'm sure that it would make a lot of sense for students and parents who are considering sending their children for higher education in abroad. So, today's topic is 10 challenges students face while studying abroad. Well, this topic is very unique in the sense that most of the time, when as a student, I try to find out the university options, admissions process, visa process, taking the accommodation, etc., I forget a very important concept that what are the challenges am I going to face once I'm there out? Since study abroad process is not easy, it's very confusing, it's very challenging to comply with different formalities, and especially in this given situation whereby the things are changing constantly, the immigration policies becomes very difficult to comprehend. Whilst giving this situation, we are so much soaked up into these challenges that seldomly we get a chance as a student or as a parent to look at beyond the life or beyond the border of India. And we don't comprehend that what are going to be the challenges which I'm going to face in studying abroad. So we are going to discuss on those challenges. Those are definitely, you'll see, and surprisingly you'll see that it's not related to your education at all. These challenges are actually related to your living, your connecting with the local community, and a lot of other things which I'm going to present you. Since we have got a short of time, I'll be restricting myself to just 10 super hot challenges which you must be aware of. So if you have any question, feel free to write in the comment box, and I will try my best to address as we progress. So let me begin the session, and let me share the PPT so that you can have a look at it, the points which I'm going to share here. So you can see here, and let me quickly take you to those 10 points which we are talking about. So these 10 points, for easy understanding, I have categorized under four different heads. The head of connect, culture, personality, and career. As I said, it's nothing to do with your education. These challenges are beyond the question of how do I get pass, how do I get marks, and how do I prepare for my education. I'm going beyond that because these challenges are real challenges. It starts even before you start your education in abroad. Okay, so let's look at them one by one. So let's first deep dive into the challenges related to culture. Now, friends, the challenges related to cultures are very unique challenges. Most of the time, when I talk to the student parents or I take the presentations across various institutes, be it engineering, hotel management, arts and design, or if I address to parents, very rarely somebody asks about that how is the culture like and how do I get accustomed to that culture. And this is the area where I would like to draw your attention. So friends, culture is very important. What is culture? Culture is nothing but how do you behave in a foreign environment as a foreign student. What are your do's and don'ts? What are your responsibilities? What are the expectation from the local community towards you? And that community comprising of even the foreign local students, the faculties, because they are the local community, the people with whom you are sharing your house, maybe the family you are living with them, your surrounding, your neighbors, your future employers. This all comprising of the community. So we need to see what is the culture of that particular country. So within that culture, let me give you one example, and this is a mistake number one which most of the students face, and this is what I would call a mistake, or can call it as a challenge. The first is, let's go by the example, because otherwise just talking theoretically you would not understand. The first point is appointment. Now, here in India, it's quite okay and quite easy that you go and visit someone. Either you can make a call, or even if you're passing by that area and you think that, okay, let me stop by and then just hop into that my friend's house or my family friend's house or cousin's house, or even as a parent, if you would like to go to your relative's house, it's not necessary that you always take an appointment. Indian culture is very casual, it's very accommodative. Where in foreign, you need to understand that everything requires you to take a prior appointment. For example, even if I want to ask you as a faculty, as a student, if I'm asking you a question and I need your attention to that question after the class hours, and I just caught you in the corridor or in the passage of the college, I will not straight away ask the question, sir, I've got this query and can you help me? I was first ask for an appointment or permission to ask question. That is called an appointment. So, for example, I have got this difficulty. Do you have a time now, or should we talk about this at a later time, whichever is suitable to you? So, you always seek an appointment before you open discussion. You always seek an appointment to visit someone. And I'll give you a very live example. One of the faculties in Switzerland, I was traveling with him from Zurich to Lucerne. He was kind enough to come and pick me up from the airport. And then on the way to Lucerne in his car, he realized that he can just stop by to his son's house, who lives in between Zurich and Lucerne. And he said that, Aslam, if you don't mind, I will just stop by for 5 minutes because I just got the grandson. He's just 2 months old, and I've not seen him for last couple of weeks. Is it okay if we just pass by and if we just visit him? I said, well, yeah, absolutely okay. And you know what he did? He just parked the car around the road. He called up to his son and he said that we are on the way. Is it okay if we come by to your house to see a grandson? Now, can you imagine a father calling his son and seeking an appointment to visit his own son to see his grandson? Right? This is very unheard and it's very difficult to understand in maybe the Indian culture. But in foreign culture, you always go by an appointment, even if it is his relative, he is your family member, he is your very close friend. You always seek an appointment. So, what happens? Students taken aback when they've been stopped by the local people and they've been reminded that no, first you need to take an appointment. Suddenly our Indian students feel very offended. They say, why they're so formal? Why I can't just ask this question and get away with this? Or why can't I just meet him and then discuss this thing? Why do I need to be so formal to take an appointment always? So friends, just remember, taking an appointment is not necessarily that they're stopping you or they're creating a barrier. It's just a part of the culture and you are expected to follow the culture. Mistake number two, challenge number two, that's timing. Well, as an Indian, we have got a very laid back attitude so far as following the timing is concerned, and it applies in general. It's, for example, if you have to attend a marriage and if it's the timing is 7:30 p.m. onwards, so we know that before 9 o'clock nothing will stop in anyways, and especially in certain communities like in my community, it's never going to be on time. Most of the marriages happens 2 hours after the time which has been set. So it's quite normal, to accommodate ourselves and being late because we know that nobody is going to be on time anyways. But in abroad, it's exactly the opposite. You are expected to be on time, and being on time has got a different meaning in abroad as compared to being on time in India. Being on time in India, maybe 15 minutes to 20 minutes late is okay. You're going to meet your friends, you decided to meet at a certain point, and then you arrive 15 minutes late. It's okay, you know that they are going to sorry, so you know that they're going to be late, and anyways you're going to be most of the friends are going to be late. But here what happens is that in abroad, being on time means you have to be before time. Yes, my friends, before time. Before time means at least 10 to 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes before time is being on time. So that's what something which sometimes Indian students find very difficult to understand, and they don't understand the why 2 minutes late is not been liked by your faculty. It's just 2 minutes, but it is exactly, it's not just 2 minutes. It's a late and late. In abroad, it's been considered. And I'll tell you one more thing: if you arrive without appointment, or if you contact somebody after the appointment time is already over or you arrive late, they consider that you are not respecting my time. It means that if you are 10 minutes late, it means that you are not respecting my time. And this is how different culture sees the timing very differently. So you need to be very aware of whenever you commit anybody's time, and whenever you want to meet, always take an appointment. Let's move on to the next challenge. The next challenge is in the culture field is a courtesy. Now, again, courtesy level differ from culture to culture. With South Asian countries have got the different meanings and different definition of courtesy and being courteous as compared to the Western world. Now, let me give you a very simple example here again. Is that if you want any favor from your friend, from faculty, from neighborhood, from your network, what ideally you would say is that, say for example, you want to ask somebody to pass a glass of water. So maybe you will say here that, okay, can you pass me a glass of water? That's still, we consider as being courteous. But in certain countries it would be rude to say, can you pass a glass of water, because you drop a very important word called please. Yes. So even dropping a simple word like please make you be uncourteous, or you are not following the culture, or you are not soft enough to request. And this request not only applies to the friends and family members in foreign country, it may also apply when you are in the restaurant and ordering a food. Yeah, we say you order, of course you order a food, but order doesn't mean that it need not to be courteous. So most of the time you will see in the restaurant people are also very courteous, and they always ask the waiter that, can you please get me a menu. So they will always add the word please even if they need to talk to a waiter in the restaurant. So that's how the definition of being courteous differ from India to abroad. Similarly, any favor has been delivered to you, you would always say thank you. You would always say thank you. And that's again a sign of being courteous. Most of the time we forget to say thank you. If I honor your request, you just take it that and move away. Like for example, you are at the McDonald's counter and then you order for a burger, and the burger and your french fries has been delivered to you. You will just take the tray and move away. But in western countries, in most of the countries, you will always say thank you and then you take it away. So these are again a small examples through which you've been judged. So most of the time, Indian students would feel, oh, they are too formal. Oh, they treat Indians separately or differently, or they do not like us. It's all because maybe that you have not put effort enough to learn their culture, and that's the reason why this communication gap has been created between you and the foreign community. Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is connect, right? So let's see that what challenges you would face under the topic of connect, and that's challenge number 4. Well, when you reach abroad, then you realize, and this happens with most of the students, that oh my God, the course which I chose is something which I shouldn't have considered, or I have taken this college, but it would have been better that I would have gone to this particular college, which I got to know by after being there. Or you realize that maybe this is not the right country after reaching there, and then you realize that I would have better off if I would have gone to X country, right? Now, why this happens? Because when you are in India, you always connect what you want to do in terms of course, where you want to do in terms of college, and which country you want to do in terms of country. You treat these three questions separately. And I always advise the students that look at these three questions holistically, collectively. Like, for example, if I want to go for an MBA in abroad, I would not go and ask the counselor, can you help me out to find out the right options for me for MBA in abroad? That's a very half hearted question, and it doesn't give anything, any indication. Need to be very clear that if I want to do an MBA, I need to find out the right college for me, and I need to identify the right university for me. Many a times students make a mistake by asking this question like, I want to go to Canada, can you just help me out? Now, if I ask you, why do you want to go to Canada? Yes, because my friend is there, or my friend has recommended me to also join him in Canada. He's gone last year, or my neighbor is going there, or time students come and say that I want to go to XYZ University in London. Why? Because my faculty has informed me about this university. So don't ask these questions in individual form. Be very clear that whenever you ask study abroad question, you collect these 3 points: course, college, and country, and then seek out the right option for you. Because the right course, right college, and right country connect will kind of assure you or guarantee you your success. Just because somebody has gone to that college doesn't guarantee you will be successful in that college, or just because that country is very popular because you read in the newspaper for the Indian students at the first place or second place in top 10 places, not necessarily that is the right country even for you. So there is no common recipe for all. So I'll just conclude this point by us saying the example like this, that when you are not well, you don't go to chemist and ask what is the best prescribed medicine which everybody is buying. I want to buy that one, for to treat myself. No, you would buy the medicine which address to your issue, your challenges, your profile, your personality, and then you will get that kind of medicine, right? So you don't go for the popular medicine, but you go for the right medicine. So it's same thing when you're going for abroad. Ask or look out for the right course, college, and country put together in one question rather than asking for a separate question. Let's move on to the mistake number 5, and this connects with the third topic of our today's conversation is personality. Now, what happens in personality? Before I give you personality and more example, let me give you one very basic example, and this is a challenge which most of the students face. Personality does not mean that you can speak well, your language skills is very good, your grammar is very good, your pronunciation is very good. You would convince your future employer by showing him your achievements and successes and case studies and certificates and degree and university. No. Why? Because see what science research says. Personality, if you say a pleasing personality is the half battle one, then let's break this personality into three pieces and let's see what research says. Research says a good personality or pleasing personality comes 55% from the body, the way your body structure is, the physics, the movement of your body, and parts of your body, like the movement, the way I'm moving my hands while speaking, my facial expression, my posture, and my movement when I walk, sit, laugh, handshake, etc. So 55% of a pleasing personality come from this angle. Second is 38% comes from my voice, my tone, whether I'm saying hi, hello, or hi, hello, the tone, voice modulation, and the pauses which I'm taking in between. That constitutes a 38% of your pleasing personality. And remember, it's just 7% is about your words. What do you actually speak? So what do we do? What mistake we make is that we rely on to that minority of the constitution of a pleasing personality. That's words, just 7%. Why? Because we say, okay, I'll go into the interview and I'll convince the HR manager by saying, showing the certificates, my achievements, university, percentage, blah, blah, blah. But can you just see? Research says it's your personality is 93% of body and voice tone and all other things in that, and it's only 7% when you start speaking. So you need to work upon your 93% of your personality scale. How do you do it? Well, in Aleph, we have got a preparation class. It's a premium service which we offer to our students. How to prepare yourself and your personality for living in abroad as a student. So we look at holistically your grooming angles, your cultural awareness. We teach you the cultural values of different countries. We teach you how to sit, how to dine, etc. All those things which are very essential for you. For more information, what you can do is that you can always definitely connect with us. Here is our helpline number for free counseling, and our counselor would be more than happy to assist you with how do you prepare yourself before even you go abroad for higher education. That's the best thing to do. Well, let's move on to the next mistake which we do. Mistake number 6 is under the personalities, dining etiquette. Now, this is the first thing you're going to experience, or you're going to showcase of your personality in the foreign country. Wherever you dine, in the college, outside college, with people, friends, and the local communities, people judge you. Now, dining is something which not necessarily we have been taught during our school days, right? We learn by imitating each other here in India, but in abroad, it is a kind of a part of a learning experience for the kids at their very early age of their life. So they know what are the difference of between two knives which are placed on the table, dining table, or there are two types of fork, which fork is to use when, or there are three types of glass. There is a different glass for wine, different glass for juice, and different glass for water. You don't want to pour your water into a juice glass, and make yourself uncomfortable in front of others without you even realizing it, and people would make a judgment. We already just saw that through your personality, through your body, and through your action, people judge you before you even open your mouth. So dining etiquette is very essential for you to learn, and this is where I see that most of the students struggle, and they've been misjudged by the local people, and that's where you create a communication gap between you and the local people. Mistake number 7 under the personality is basic etiquette. Now, it's a very, very common etiquette. Again, the detailed things we teach you when you join for our premium program, whereby we teach all these things. We have got best faculties available to teach you and groom your personality. But just to give you some examples here, how do you sneeze? You'll say, I mean, it's such a basic and foolish thing, to even to talk about. But how do you sneeze? Most of the time, of course, sneezing happens unannouncingly, and you're not necessarily prepared for it. So when you sneeze, most of the time you see the people, or you see yourself, you might be using and covering your nose with your two hands, right? That's how most of the time we sneeze. If we are not careful about this sneezing habit, if whenever you do so, people would never handshake with you in abroad. Why? Because you're using your palms, your hands, and then even though you want to try and clean it, but people would remember, would notice, and that they would try to avoid handshaking you. And then you'll say, "Oh, there is a racial discrimination in this country for against Indians or Asians." No, nothing like it. It's just that you're not understanding the culture, what they follow, and how you need to follow. It's also with the other etiquettes. It's not only the seizing. I'm just giving you the basic example. There could be many examples like this. Like, how do you carry your mobile phone, and what does it say in a public space? If my ringtone is very loud and it's very musical, I've got a Bollywood music or theme, and it's ringing in the public space, this is something which they would not appreciate it. Most of the phones you'll see in a public places in abroad would be on vibration mode. So they keep the privacy at most important level. So in a public place, you will try avoid making the unnecessary noises, and this is again a very small point to discuss about the basic etiquette which you need to be aware of. So just imagine there could be, I don't know, at least 20, 30 etiquettes which we talk about in the class. But for you to understand, and you need to have a mindset that these are the small things which keeps people connected or not connected with you. Also, another thing which I've noticed most of the time is that when you are at the counter, okay, and when you buy something, say in the mall, and when you're in the payment counter and you made the payment, you got, say, your bill in return, you got, say, your cash balance in return, and you got your bag, of clothes. Suppose you bought a cloth. What most of the people do is that they grab the bag and they will start counting the balance amount, whether it's right there and there itself. Now, it's again a small thing, but it's a basic etiquette. You don't want to do that, because you are wasting the person who's at the counter and the person who is back waiting for his turn, their time. What you need to do is that take your bag and balance away from the counter, count, and then you may be leaving the counter. But you don't want to block the space while they are waiting for you to complete your count and get out, so that the other person can come in. And this is really very irritating in the Western countries. So it's very small but very, very important thing you need to be aware of. Let's move on to mistake number 8, and that's is in the last section of our today's conversation, is under the heading of career. Now, this is a very important topic. Everybody wants to make a beautiful career and successful career out of study abroad, but not many people would be aware of that. How do you define a career, and how do you even start looking for a better career? Right now, mistake number 8 under career, I have kept it, is your profile. Most of the time, we still misinterpret that your profile is equivalent to a Word document or PDF document. No longer. Your profile is a LinkedIn profile in today's date. You want to reach out to the potential employer, recruitment managers, HR managers, HR companies. You got to be better prepared yourself with your professional LinkedIn account and a very active LinkedIn account and LinkedIn profile, because now the recruiters have shifted completely on LinkedIn, and they see whether and it's very easy tool for them to look out for specific skills people and sort them out. You would be wondering that you have submitted your resume in Word and PDF format to many companies and you are not getting any response. One of the reasons why it may be happening, because they are finding try to find you on LinkedIn and you are not there, right? So such a I mean, loss of opportunity, even you without knowing about it. So you need to learn about LinkedIn. You need to enroll into a course, or otherwise, again, connect with us at Alif, and we'll be more than happy to assist you that how can you professionally make your LinkedIn profile looks job ready, right? So this is a very important point from a job point of view. Again, I can share one example here, that one of our students' father, he called me up and then he said that, Mr. Sheikh, there were few students went through you in this university where my son is studying. He also went through you, but in spite of he having an experience in India, he didn't get a job offer yet. But your other students have already got the job. And I said that, well, these other students have taken our premium service whereby we prepare them for their living and grooming. That includes their resume building and LinkedIn profiling. Might be the reason why that your son is not having a professional looking LinkedIn profile. And he said, yes, he doesn't have. So I said that could be one of the reasons. And then he joined our premium session from Canada. So this could be the reason why you are losing onto the opportunity. Let's move on to mistake number 9, is the social media. Now, how does social media connect with your career? So, friends, it's very simple. Uh, you need to be very sensitive about whatever you're writing, whatever you're commenting on social media, especially in given time. People judge you. See, recruiters today do not have that much time to have resources available just to interview the candidates. What they do, they ask the people to connect them through LinkedIn or professional networking platform. Then they will go through your social media profiling and they will try to make a judgment through your public presence before even they want to talk to you during the time of interview. Again, many students don't realize this is a very important point. They complain they are not getting any calls, they are not getting any opportunity, and they don't realize that what they have just wrote on their social media profile last week, which is not necessarily in the interest of that society or community or people, and people are judging you very differently, and you already lost an opportunity because of your just that one comment on the social media. So be very friendly, be very nice. Don't necessarily put forward your political and religious or point of view on a social media if it is not necessary, frankly speaking, because you are in a career pathways and people are judging you because they want to hire the right attitude people, not necessarily right skill people, because skill can be learned and they know as an employer that they can train you. But they want a right attitude people coming and joining the organization to have a good culture in the organization. And if you are a not right fit according to them because of that one post or one comment which you made, uh, it's really a miss of opportunity for you guys. So be very very sensitive about how do you write in the public domain. And the last mistake, and very important mistake and challenge, which I would say for a student, is not understanding the power of networking. They believe that degree, university, percentage, my marks, grades, achievements, certificates is what all I need. But frankly speaking, beyond this, you would need a good network. Why? Because the good network will connect you with the right people at the right places, and these are the networks whereby all the major job opportunities would come in. For example, you must have seen that Facebook have recruited over 4,500 people in Andhra. Amazon have recruited more than 2,000 people in Bombay. Have you seen ever these Amazon or Facebook people advertising for this combined 6,000 jobs on newspaper? Never. Even before somebody get to know, the jobs are already gone. Now you would wonder how come these people have recruited the company. These companies have recruited the people. It was there in the news that they have recruited 2,000 people, and I didn't get to know about it. Right? It's all because they rely more onto recruitment through references, through the right networks. And you want to be in the right network. There are a lot of professional networks where you want to be in. It's not a network of Insta or Facebook accounts or Snapchats, because these are all social networks. What I'm talking about, the professional network. Again, connect with us at Alif. We will help you that which are these networks, how do you connect with them, or what this network teaches you, how do you get the jobs through this network. And this is an amazing, amazing tool which could be missing out of your site, and that's the reason why you may be facing the challenges while studying and living abroad. So friends, this was the topic for today's evening. I hope that you enjoyed it and you liked it. If you liked it, then do comment into the comment box, and I'll be more than happy to look at it. And we'll be happy if you have any queries to ask us. Our counselors will be sorting out these queries immediately. So edge out yourself among the other students, and we have got that program. So do connect with us, and we'll be more than happy to assist you that how can you find your niche. So for more information, you know that our social media handle is Alif Overseas. You can always join us, and then we'll be in touch with you, and we will be happy to share our understanding about how do you overcome these challenges of studying abroad. So with this, I would like to conclude this session. Thank you very much for our listeners who are here online and who will be watching later on our recorded version. And if you have any questions, please feel free to connect us on 99870 or 99890. That's our helpline number. Or visit our website alif.in, and we'll be answering your queries. My name is Aslam Sheikh, founder and CEO of Alif, signing off with a promise to come back again on next Friday at 5 p.m. with another interesting topic and with some amazingly talented speakers enlightening you on the subject that matters to you the most. Until then, stay safe and stay excited.